This is hockey, the way it should be. Welcome to the Rockin' Hockey Show.
This is the Rockin' Hockey Show.
This is the Rockin' Hockey Show.
Hey, this is BU Hockey, and you're watching
the Rockin' Hockey Show.
This is the Rockin' Hockey Show. This is the Rockin' Hockey Show. Welcome to the Rockin' Hockey Show, and now your host, the guy who's done more lessons than hot dogs at a Maximum family lunch, Dave Maximum. Hot dog.
Hey, what's up, hockey and rock and roll fans, and welcome to Show 15 of the Rockin' Hockey Show. If you're just joining us for the first time, tighten up your belt buckle a little bit, buckle up that chin strap, because this show rocks. We got great hockey content, including NHLers and specialists. We got great skill development. We got kick, rock and roll music to back it up. All right, before we even get started, make sure you take your stick and cross-check that subscribe button as hard as you can, just like we did back in the 80s. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I want to thank Tom and Hunter McDonald for being on the last show. Great show, guys, and good luck, Hunter. All right, this show rocks. I'm so excited about this show. We have local player Nate Sucese on here. I worked with Nate when he was young, coached against Nate for 4 years, and he was a goal scorer throughout his whole youth career. He went on to be an All-American and all-time leading goal scorer at Penn State. Now he's playing professional hockey. We got Nate on the show, and yes, he's talking about something that I love to do, which is score goals. We're going to talk with Nate about that. And finally, we have the new song from Lord Stanley's brother, shot right here in the Rockin' Hockey layer. The new song is called Hustle. It's very near and dear to me. It's very special to me because it's about my youth and hockey experiences growing up. All right, before we go any further, say hi to the band. They're always here rocking. All right, rockers and hockers, let's get right to the show. We got Nate Sucese interview. We got Nate Sucese on the ice. We got another episode of These Are the Hockey Days of Our Lives coming up. And yes, we have the new song and music video from Lord Stanley's brother. Remember, this is a show where the hockey rocks and the music sucks. Hey, hockey and rock and roll fans, I want to take just a second to welcome Trotta to the Rockin' Hockey family. Check out the newly renovated Trotta 2.0 right off of 490 at Cops Hill at the new Culver Road Armory. TrottaRochester.com. 2 outdoor dining areas, including a massive upstairs patio with a full bar. Man, you got to check out their 100 square foot TV wall above the main bar and an additional 8 large screen TVs throughout. Make sure you partake in the self-serve beer wall with over 50 beer and wine selections. Today's interview brought to you by Trotta. Check them out at TrottaRochester.com. Hey, welcome to the Rockin' Hockey Show. I'm Dave Maximum. We're here with Nate Sucese. Nate, how are you?
Great, how you doing, Dave?
Awesome, man. Nate, thanks for coming on to the show. I really appreciate it. Now, Nate, you're from Rochester, New York, and I've known you since you were about 6 or 7 years old. Your brother played juniors for us. I know your mom and dad well. You and I have done lessons together, but probably my biggest memory of you, Nate, is I coached against you for 4 straight years, mites and squirts, and that's when mites had AAA hockey. And we had a couple AAA teams here in Rochester, and Nate was on one of them, but not my team. So, you know, you were always our biggest rivalry, and our biggest concern was always how do we stop Nate Sucese. Do you remember those days?
Oh yeah, Monroe County.
Yeah. We were in Monroe County. You guys were the Rochester Youth, and I don't think we ever beat you in the 4 years we played you. But it was always how do we stop Nate Sucese from scoring goals. And hey, we're gonna take a break from the interview to check out these Rockin' Hockey highlight goals brought to you by our friends at Pirani's Hockey World. First one up, check out this sick breakaway goal by Bowden Restu. Nice goal, Bowden. Even at practice, you added in the celly. Sick. You know, from those days on, you've continued on with your goal-scoring prowess now, and you played junior hockey. You played 4 years at Penn State. You were an All-American. You won a couple championships there, and now you're playing pro hockey. That's an awesome career, and it's just getting started, right? I mean, you still got quite a bit more to go.
Yeah, and I went to a year of prep school. My senior year, I moved away to play at the Gunnery, and then I played 2 years in Dubuque in Iowa in the USHL, and then went on to have 4 successful years at Penn State. Became the all-time leading scorer there in program history. We won 2 Big Ten championships and finished off senior year with an All-American status. So
I hear that's a great place to play hockey.
Yeah, I tell every kid that I talk to that there's no better place in college hockey. The student section there and what the Pagulas did for the organization and the school donating that rink was super special.
Well, I always goal by MJ Lord as he streaks down the wing and lets one go. Great goal, MJ. Pro hockey, and you're with the Wild organization, so you must be pretty excited about your future.
Yeah, I had a really good first year in Tucson, signing an entry-level NHL deal out of college during the little COVID mishap there in March, and then had about a miss, probably maybe we played 36 games, I think, due to the COVID restrictions the last year. So shortened first year pro, but I'm really excited to hit the ground running here in my second year with having a little bit of experience under my belt.
Check out these highlight reel goals, and yes, I said goals because he scores in bunches by Taryn Bacon, and there's plenty of them. Way to go to the net, Taryn. Love it, buddy. Being a goal scorer, you know, even when I was coaching against you, you know, everybody always said, oh, you know, they're goal scorers, they hang a lot, they never come back and play defense. But, you know, unless you're a goal scorer, you don't know how difficult it really is to be a goal scorer. In my opinion, I was never a goal scorer like you. I did score some goals, but I think it's the hardest position to be on a team because you still have to play defense. But scoring goals is not an easy thing. It's not like you just, you know, they give you the puck and you go in on a breakaway every time. You got to battle in front of the net. You got to battle in the corners. And not only do you have to skate, but you got to skate with the puck and try to put it in. And at the same time, whereas playing defense, you just have to try to defend against somebody. So that's my opinion on it. It's tough to be a goal scorer.
Yeah, I think everyone wants to be the goal scorer, right? And if it was that easy, everyone would do it. Right. So I think, you know, you watch guys like Kucherov, everyone thinks he's kind of lazy or whatever, they say what they want about him, but if you really dive deep into his tape, the way that he fills in lanes in the O-zone and he's always above pucks, arriving on time at the net, creating opportunities for him to get to the puck. That's a huge thing. You always talk about guys, oh, they have the puck on their stick the whole time, the whole game. There's a reason why they have the puck that much and they get open. And believe it or not, I scored a lot of goals in college, but I played all situations. I was on the PK. I think I might have left school there with the most shorthanded goals as well too. So there's a mindset about it, and there's something that to be said for it for sure.
Well, just the strength that you have to have on your feet, because you know, a lot of people when they see goal scorers, they see the finished product. They see the goal going into the net and a celebration, but they don't see all the slashing that you take and all the body work and the physicality of defending, you know, the puck or fending off attackers here, and just the abuse you take as a puck carrier.
Yeah, like you said, even from mites through squirts and obviously through pro, you obviously keep your eye on the goal scorers and guys that are going to hurt you because at the end all be all, it's whoever puts up more goals at the end of the day. So
a couple G notes by Miles Maximue, going to the dirty area, getting it done. So if you had to pass on some of your goal scoring knowledge to young hockey players out there, what are some pointers you'd give them?
I think just being fearless in front of the net. I'm 5'8". I've been the smallest guy on my team. You've known that throughout my whole career. And being fearless in front of the net, being low, having a good center of gravity, and just being able to stick in front and not get pushed around and find ways to get open in front of the blue crease, because it's hard to score from outside of the the house, as they call it.
Well, it's funny. You and I were talking earlier that you think of goal scorers having great shots and all these pretty goals, but you said most of your goals in college were from about 3 feet outside.
Yes, just banging home rebounds. Obviously, there's different ends of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Like you have Ovechkin who can rip the puck and score from anywhere, but then you have guys like Brendan Gallagher who you look at him night in and night out. He puts up good numbers, and his face is destroyed after every game, and he's just fearless. He's 5'10", and no matter how you do it, they all count the same.
Awesome. Watch these 2 goals by Chase Wilson. Again, going to the net. Wow. Good job, Chase. Back to your younger days of youth hockey, Nate. You were always a really good player. If you look at the stats, most good players when they're young don't pan out to be good players when they get older. You were an exception to that rule where you've always been a good player. Was this kind of always your path, that you'd wanted to play college hockey and eventually play pro hockey someday?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing with my family, the way that I grew up, is nothing was ever pushed on me. I had to wake up my dad when I was younger to go to the rink for 7 a.m. practice on a Saturday when we were just starting out. He would always ask me, "Do you want to go to practice today?" It was never, "Okay, we have to."
Right.
So I think really finding that passion, and I've always told him that I've wanted to play in the NHL, and that's still a dream of mine. And but you've got to take a step at a time. I was a slow developer. I took all 4 years in college.
Right.
I took 2 extra years after high school and junior, and I was never drafted because I was 140 pounds at 18 years old, and that's just the way kind of things go. So I think just sticking with it, and the one rule that me and my dad always had was conquer the level that you're at before you move on.
Right.
And I think I did that at USHL level my second year, and then after my 4th year of college, I was ready to go.
Here's a nice finish by Ainsley Brace, going right into the kitchen and getting dirty. Nice goal, Ainsley. Now, you and I just skated together, having a little fun out there, and I watch you guys skate all the time, pro guys, and it looks like you're still having fun out there. Do you still enjoy playing?
Yeah, absolutely. The summer's the best part. It's probably the biggest grind, you would say. You're in the gym 4 times a week. You're on the ice 4 or 5 times a week as the summer progresses, and then when you get into the season, you're playing 72 to 80 games in a regular season in pro hockey, so you're not getting much practice time, and when you do, it's all systems. It's all get your feet moving, and you're only out there for maybe 45 minutes. So those 12 to 15 weeks that you have in the summer are your really important weeks to buckle down and try and hone in and get better at little things. And it only gets harder as you get to the top.
You got back-to-back highlight goals by Brendan Piccirilli. First one, Brendan, coast to coast, baby. Love it. Now, how big of a role has skating been for you? You've always had good hands. You've always had that uncanny knack around the net to get open and put pucks in there. But how big of a role has skating played in your career, all through your development?
I think skating was huge when you're older, right? Being able to, there's a difference between speed and quickness. Everyone, once you get going, can fly, right? Once you get to 16 years old, everyone can fly. But being able to escape out of corners or escape from checks, when you're pinned up against the wall, being able to get out and beat your guy back to the net, that quickness stuff is how you create gaps with defenders. And,
even if it's just half a step.
Right, and you get to the net before your defender, you beat your check off the wall, and that's what I talked about, arriving on time at the net. And there's a rebound and no one's there to stop you from putting it in. So I think quickness is even more important than speed as you're at the higher levels.
No, I agree. So, last but not least, we got 2 highlights by Mason Maxmew. One's a goal, again, going to the dirty area. The next one, check out this hit. That's rock'em sock'em, Mason. Great job. Now back to the intro. Well, listen, Nate, thank you so much for talking to us and coming on the Rockin' Hockey Show, and thanks for putting up with me out on the ice out there. I know it wasn't quite as fast as everybody else.
No,
I tried to keep up.
I thought you looked pretty good for not being on the ice with us.
9 months, yeah. 9 months.
Us talent lately, so I thought you kept up pretty well.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching the Rockin' Hockey Show. Hey, you should check out Chata. I did. Hey, what's up, hockey and rock and roll fans? Welcome to the Rockin' Hockey Show. We're here in Rochester with Nate Sucese. Nate, how are you, man?
Great, how you doing?
Awesome. And Nate's currently with the Wild organization. I've known Nate since he was probably 6 or 7 years old. And Nate, you've always been, at least in my opinion, a goal scorer.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take a couple minutes and talk to our listeners out there about what you do as a goal scorer. You scored goals all through your youth career. You scored goals in juniors. You scored goals in college. Now you're playing pro and you're still scoring goals. So what kind of tips can you give to the hockey players out there about scoring goals?
I think obviously I'm a small guy, so being able to get leverage in front of the net. All my goals in college were scored from within 5 or 6 feet of the crease. So I don't have the best shot in the world, but it's all about creating space against your defender.
Did you use a broom lots of times to get it in there, or shovel maybe?
Just shoveling it right in at the blade. That's why I got the fat blade here. But being able to take away goalie's eyes when it's at the point, and being in this scoring area, coming into these circles here on the side of the net, pushing off defenders, really get away from them on rebound.
One thing about a goal scorer that is very unique is they always seem to be in the right spot at the right time. Any insight on how you manage to do that? Just kind of learning the game as you go? Or?
Well, I think there's a lot of talk with the new NHL and about arriving on time at the net. So being here, creating space from your defender and arriving when the puck arrives. Because if you're in tight, if you're not the guy screening and it hits the goalie and you're on top of the crease, meanwhile the puck's bouncing off this way. So arriving in these scoring areas on the side of the net is crucial on time when it's coming out.
Well, that's funny you say it, because I know I try to teach my guys when I'm with my team is lots of times when you're coming in for a rebound, back when I was younger, they go right, say go right to the middle of the net. Now they kind of teach you to go off to the side of the net on an angle, because that's where most of the rebounds are going to come from.
Yeah, so if it's coming from, say, the point over here, you want to be on these hashes here, arriving on time in line with the back post, right? Because the way physics works, most of the time, if you're shooting on this half of the net, the far side of the net, it's going to bounce out this way, and you're arriving on time.
You mentioned the word physics. I talk about that with all my lesson customers about how geometry and physics really comes into play as a hockey player. So try to get the kids to pay attention in school, because it's so important, and math does play a role in hockey, believe it or not. So Nate, you also got to have, other than uncanny senses around the net, is you got to have some good puck skills too.
Yep.
You want to talk a little bit about some things you do with the puck?
When the puck's around the crease, you just got to have a good center of gravity, getting into the defender's hands, spinning on time when the puck's coming off of rebounds. And this bottom hand is super important for leverage. Me being a small guy, I have to bend over and really create leverage with my legs to get inside the defender. And being able to elevate the puck at a high rate quickly really allows you to get it over the goalie when he's down. And that bottom hand's super important for when you're pulling it in, you slide the bottom hand down and you're flicking it up top. Same thing on the backhand. When you're spinning to your backhand, you got to slide your hand down to be able to elevate it.
So Nate, I know lots of times when you're watching hockey, they talk about elevating the puck. What are some reasons why you got to do that?
Well, now goalies are so big, right? And they all play on the butterfly when the puck's around the crease. And so they're going to take away the bottom half of the net. And being able to elevate it, they only have their hands to use it. Right. So if you elevate the puck, you're either going to go in between their arms or above their shoulders or their gloves.
Now, being a goal scorer, do you work on your cellies at all, or is that something that just kind of comes natural at the moment?
Well, I think in college it's a lot more fun to celly than in pro, because then you've got some guys coming after you. So, but unfortunately, my first year pro was the COVID year, so there weren't many fans in the crowd, so the cellies were a little obsolete.
We're limited a little bit?
Yeah, but there's no better feeling than putting the puck in the back of the net in college and cellying in front of the student section.
Amen to that, that's right. Well, hey, Nate, listen, that's great advice out there for goal scorers, and you certainly have proven to be one of those. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
watching the Rockin' Hockey Show.
Being a youth hockey parent is like putting a bunch of jocks in a dryer and watch them aimlessly go in circles and bounce off the walls. These are the hockey days of our lives.
Yeah, here. Yep. Okay. Here, go. Come on, get up. No, you sit. Go.
Yeah,
Go. You're good. You sit. Hold on. Quick. Finish it. Go.
Coach, let's go. I can play. Come on.
No, you're still good. Don't worry about it. Boys, just get tight out there. Let's go. Gio, go. Sucese, go.
Got him.
Cookie. Get out there. No goal. Go. Gio, back up. Gio.
Let's go.
Come on. Go.
I can do it, Coach. Put me out there.
No. You stay. Pops. Cookie, go.
Coach, let's go. I can do this. Let me go.
You sit down.
Come on.
One hardship. Go. Pops, go.
Yeah.
You stay. You go.
Hey, Coach, they put their tough guy out.
Okay, boys.
Send
You
go.
go.
Hang in there, buddy. Good job. Hey, we'll get him next time, huh, bud?
Yeah, you're on your own.
Is it Thursday yet?
Check out Trotta. It rocks.
The Rockin' Hockey Show is proud to present the world premiere of the new song and music video, Hustle, by Lord Stanley's brother.
Hey Dave, this new one's about hockey, right? Hustle?
It is about hockey.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Hey, sorry.
Andrea, what's up? How are you?
I was just asking about the new song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it about hockey. It's kind of about my childhood memories growing up and all the hard work I had to put into it. Kind of like our band, never stop practicing.
Never stop hustling.
Amen to that.
So Dave, would you do it all again?
Absolutely. It's worth every second.
Let's do this.
You guys ready?
Oh yeah, we're ready.
We gotta hustle. Come on, Cole, you gotta hustle. Come on, Wes, you gotta hustle. Come on, Chuck, you gotta hustle, you gotta go. Come on, Nate, you gotta hustle. You guys tired or what?
I'm gassed. Man, that is such hard work.
It is hard work.
Guy, did you do this stuff when you were playing?
Man, did I ever.
I try to make the most of every day. Thereez only one way to get this done and not fall behind anyone. I dreamed a dream and I live life. I put my time in both day and night. Make your choice, move along, hoping, praying to be strong. Anything less than my best just doesn't get it done. Sweat falls down, amp it up, have to make the cut. Come on, hustle, come on, play, come on, make the most of every day. Come on, battle, come on, fight, come on, make it through to another night. I face this competition before you. You either win the fight or get the door. I can't stop thinking of how much more will it take for me to really score. This is the price you pay to get ahead. Why can't I live a simple life instead? Every day such a grind. You wake up, hustle, or fall behind. It's always a race against the clock. To get it done, you have to rock. You dig down deep, you give it all. Want to have the need to make the call. Come on, hustle, come on, play, come on, rock it hard along the way. Come on, focus, come on, fight, come on, do your best and hit right. Come on, hustle, yeah, hustle, I said hustle. Come on, hustle, you gotta hustle, I said hustle. I see the game is on a line. I have to make the play just in time. I got it, I rock it, I shoot to score. Feel my spirit start to soar. Now the time is come, it's on me. Wow, I can't believe it's so plain to see. Lights all changed, I'm in the zone. I did it, this feeling, it's all mine. Oh, there's nothing like being on top. Don't look behind yourself, don't ever stop. You nailed it, you did it, you got it done. Don't ever doubt yourself, you finally whoa. Come on, hustle, come on, play, come on, rock it hard along the way. Come on, battle, come on, fight, come on, do your thing each and every night. Come on, hustle.
Great job, way to hustle. Great job, way to hustle. Great job, way to hustle. That is hard work, guys. Never stop hustling, but it's all working. Nice job, everybody.
Nice. Yeah, that was good. Nice. I think we can tighten up just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we can tighten it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. One more time. Here we go.
This is the Rockin' Hockey Show from Princeton.
I'm Owen, and you're watching the Rockin' Hockey Show.